Well guys, so just a couple of little tips and hints to save yourself some time when doing Vauxhall Corsa C air filter change. This is a 1.2 Ecotec engine. So tools you're going to need, literally just a screwdriver for screwdriver head there, like that one's kind of the posi driver shape, not flat head. It's not a Torx on this particular model. This is a 2006. You're going to need a 7mm socket, as in this case, just to undo the Jubilee clips on the air intake pipe. I also grabbed myself a kind of toothpick skewer thing, and that was mainly for just getting into when you take the air filter off, to give all the inside a clean. The base where the air filter sits on top of, it's kind of like a honeycomb structure under there, so you're not flat. You're going to need something to get into all the grooves. I had a hoover in there, then just cleaned any dirt and debris out, so you want to do that. Things that I found, just little tips that I want to give you. Make sure you fit the top right and the screw here on the top left, you could say, first before you put any of the pipes back on, otherwise you won't have access for your screwdriver to get in there. When you're putting the cover back on, there's two kind of hooks that need to, just kind of feed them and get them in position. Snug the cover down nice, and make sure it's seated nice and firmly and snug. So is the air filter, so that you've got no air leaks, and everything's going to seat nice and correctly. You can do everything up nice and tight, and nothing's going to be coming out of position. The clip here, very simple just to undo as well. Just literally pull that top tab forwards with your thumb and just lift out with your fingers. No need for any tools to do that. You don't need to get aggressive with it. You don't want to be snapping that, breaking it in any way. Just push it back down like that to seat it back in position. I found I only had to undo these couple of Jubilee clips, didn't have to undo any of this, and then you could just pull the pipe out and everything will be out of your way then. No need to take anything else off. I did find this pipe here, it did kind of, when I was pushing it back in position, it did kind of start sort of squeezing inwards, so just make sure everything is just seated nice and correctly. None of the pipe work has sort of squashed in any way. When it just go around running your finger and thumbs around it, just make sure everything is nice and seated correctly before you do any of the clips up. If you want, you can take this pipe off here, which is where the air comes in. Just make sure there's no debris blockages in there. I took it off just at this end here, nothing was in there. But yeah, give everything a good clean and a hoover out before you fit your new filter in. Again, just running your fingers and thumb around here, because this kind of pipe's got quite a lip on it, and at the bottom it's sort of tucked inwards. So then, of course, you're going to have an air leak. So just make sure everything is seated nice, and you can feel it. Feel the lip of that over the top of the pipe that it's going onto, and it's not kind of got squeezed into it, so that the air then would just be escaping. Obviously going to hamper your performance, but yeah, easy job guys. Half an hour if that, and you don't no need to pay a mechanic for that. But the ones that got me, screwing the top right, I'd fitted this back in, in fact I couldn't get to that, so that's a little tip. Just remember to do those two screws first. Many thanks guys. Any questions, give me a shout. But yeah, easy job.